We are at the Hospital Club in Covent Garden in the Loft Lounge. We're hosting the Innovation in TV Speed Networking event. There will be a buzz that goes off sounding something like this. We have different commercial partners including Channel 4, BBC, Maverick, MTV and quite a few others. And we also have 20 pre-selected digital companies with really exciting apps and digital innovations.
It takes us currently 10 minutes every day to try and find something to watch.
Okay.
That's 2.5 days a year. That's wasted to try and find something to watch.
That's why I just read a book.
Exactly.
IC Tomorrow is a technology strategy board programme to support the next generation of entrepreneurs. There are 3 main services that we provide, all around funded contests, making connections and partnerships, particularly between really kind of exciting, innovative digital startups and larger rights holder organisations. And we also have a digital testbed where people can trial their ideas with consumers.
Previously we run events in advertising and we had 24 companies meeting 8 media partners. The plan is to do a financial services technology one later on in the year, and there will be others. This evening's all about TV. I mean, TV is a great sector in terms of the UK. There's real potential there. There's real kind of multi-screen, interesting kind of applications, but there's also a thing about sort of convergent media and sort of bridging the gap really between the TV and the manufacturers and the content providers and actually the audience and the developers. So this is about, say, putting interesting developers in the room with very sort of the relevant content owners to see what we can do.
It just gives us a chance to see where innovation around the future of video and audio is happening. And that's very important for an organisation like the BBC at this time. Of the 6 or 7 we've seen so far, probably half of them we thought, yeah, that's something that might apply certainly across the BBC, and 1 or 2 of them maybe in a new sense. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff here that we could certainly engage with in the future.
I technically gate crashed because a colleague of mine got an email through, and I just thought any opportunity I suppose I get to have FaceTime with new interesting creatives is an opportunity not to be passed. We've definitely seen a lot of things we're going to follow up on. We've also seen lots of things that we're currently doing with Film 4 because we've just relaunched that site. So it's great to see that there's also people learning and playing in this space.
What we were focusing on today was a content discovery tool called Thrill Me. It allows an audience to discover thriller, horror and mystery suspense content based on their facial expressions around anxiety. And what that means is your level of recommendation is completely personal to you.
Okay.
It's completely unique.
That's really interesting.
Think about the marketing costs that you would have to normally do for this. Everyone's in one place at the same time. So I made sure that I worked breakneck so that we had a prototype ready for this.
In my role, I get an awful lot of ideas pitched to me every day. I feel like sometimes I've seen it all, heard it all. It's absolutely, a great service to have that filter so that I get to see the ideas that, in many cases are already viable, have funding. Tonight I've already seen 2 ideas that I hadn't thought of before and I'm really excited about, so I'm glad I came.
If you could just move around to the right, guys, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much.
I think events like this are key, really. I mean, what we're trying to do is encourage growth and unlock potential in terms of the UK economy, and particularly within digital. And actually, there are a lot of transferable skills between different sectors that I think sometimes people don't really appreciate. So if you can build an application for a TV company or a music company, then potentially you can build an application for a museum or a games company or a medical company. There's also a little bit of a language barrier between the different sectors, and sometimes people are talking the same language and they're not really sure what they're actually talking about the same thing. And we can help them kind of translate and help them sort of overcome those barriers. So what we're really about is just helping the economy, encouraging those kind of early stage companies, those early stage prototypes, getting them out there, getting them trying things out, sort of doing a kind of proof of concept, proof of tech, proof of technology, and if it works then great, and everybody can go off and commercialise those.